talk about Guernsey. And actually last week I visited Guernsey and I took some photos and videos there. I will share with you and hope you will like them. Guernsey could be the island itself or the Bailiwick of Guernsey. And the Bailiwick includes Guernsey, Ordney, Sark, Herm, and several small islands. Today we are talking about the Bailiwick of Guernsey because the service of Guernsey Post covered all the islands. The whole Bailiwick is located on the English Channel, and the Bailiwick of Guernsey with its neighbor, Bailiwick of Guernsey, form the Channel Islands. And then the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man in the Irish Sea are the three crown dependencies. The crown dependencies are not a part of the United Kingdom, but they are not sovereign states. Internationally, they are considered territories for which the United Kingdom is responsible. It is a little confusing, but that's the case. The British overseas territories are also in this case, but the difference is that the link between the crown dependencies and the main line forms through the monarch, not through the parliament. So the crown dependencies have a higher level of independence. The Channel Islands came under the British crown when William, Duke of Normandy, invaded England in the year 1066. Today, the Queen's official title in the Bailiwick of Guernsey is still the Duke of Normandy. During the Second World War, the Channel Islands were the only British-controlled area occupied by German troops. On 9th May 1945, the German commander surrounded and the first British troops landed in St. Peter Port of Guernsey. Until today, the Bailiwick of Guernsey is a crown dependency. These are some brief information of the politics and history of Guernsey. And let's go back to our topic, the stamps and postal history. Initially, the postal service in Guernsey was handled by the UK. People use British stamps in Guernsey. But the first paper boxes in the British Isles were introduced in Channel Islands as an experiment in 1852 to collect mail for the Royal Mail packet boats. The first one was actually in Jersey, but now the oldest paper boxes in use is in Guernsey. It is on Union Street of St. Peter Port. You can see the collection time is 2:45 p.m. from Monday to Saturday. And there is another original post box. The paper box is in the Postal Museum of London. The first postage stamps printed for use in Guernsey were issued during the German occupation, and after 1945, Guernsey restarted to use British stamps. In 1948, the UK issued the Channel Islands General Issue to commemorate the liberation of the Channel Islands, and from 1958, the UK started to issue regional stamps for the crown dependencies. There are stamps specially designed for Guernsey, but they could be used throughout in the UK. I don't have any Guernsey regional issues, but I got few Jersey and Isle of Man regional issues. Like today, Royal Mail still issue country definitions for England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, but they are all UK stamps. In 1969, Guernsey's postal system had undergone significant changes. They set up their own postal administration. And 1st October of that year was their Postal Independence Day, and stamps were issued on that day. The post boxes in Guernsey are special. Most of them are blue, not like the red post boxes in the UK. I'm not sure that they painted their post boxes blue after the postal independence, or they did it much earlier, but I'm sure in some period the post boxes in Guernsey are red, such as the one on Union Street. It keeps the tradition, but Guernsey keeps using the same styles of post boxes as the UK, such as this one, an Elizabeth II Type K post box. It was introduced in the UK back in 1980, 11 years after the postal independence of Guernsey. From 1983, Guernsey began issuing stamps of Alderney for use in that island, which is also valid throughout the Bailiwick of Guernsey. And it is similar to the original issue of the UK. Wait, what did I say in the Island Games video? But these 23 islands belong to 17 postal administrations. Some islands have their own postal admin, some don't have. Okay, I'm wrong. There are Alderney stamps, but the island doesn't have its own postal administrations. And I keep updating my philatelic knowledge and correcting the mistake I made before. I'm sorry. There are stamps just with the word Alderney, like this one. That's confused me. But there are also stamps with Alderney and Bailiwick of Guernsey. In 1993, postcode was introduced in Guernsey, which is known as the GY postal area. It is an extension of the UK postcode system. In the year 2015, Guernsey started to issue Post and Go stamps. It's like a postal label. Different face values could be printed on the same label, but they are stamps. It is available in stamp vending machines in postal offices, such as this one in St. Peter Port. This topic is worth making another video. And these are some brief information of the postal history of Guernsey. And now, let me share some travel experiences in the Bailiwick. I took a few extreme philately photos. It's like we take the stamps to the real life and take pictures. And I know hashtag extreme philately on Instagram from Graham of Exploring Stamps. I don't know it was he who created this topic or he followed some other people's idea. But anyway, I love this idea. I was inspired to take more extreme philately photos. And even this channel is inspired by him. The first one is the miniature sheet, which commemorates the 150 years of the first post box. It was issued on 30th April 2002. I took this stamp to Union Street of St. Peter Port and took these photos. One is focused on the stamp and the other is focused on the post box. Next is a set of stamps which were also issued in 2002. The theme is Holiday on Sark. If you watched my Island Games video, you might have an impression of this island. It is a small island with an area of 5.45 square kilometers or 2.1 square miles. There are less than 500 residents on that island. Cars are banned on Sark, but you may see tractors. You can take a carriage, ride a bike, or just enjoy the island on foot. I love this island so much, but only stayed there for less than 5 hours. And because there was no suitable ferry tickets when I tried to buy it. But I thought it's okay, and maybe 5 hours is enough to walk to all the corners of the island, but I was wrong. When I found the only post office on the island, I couldn't get out. I bought a lot of postcards and stencils. I bought some souvenirs. The staff in the post office are very friendly, and I spent more than an hour in the post office and took some time to take this extreme philately photo. And it's not exactly the same picture on the stamp, but I tried my best. And the post box is gold, not blue. It was blue, I'm pretty sure. Not only it is blue on the stamp, but I found some pictures to commemorate British gold medal winners at the 2012 Summer Olympics and Paralympics. Many post boxes in the hometowns of the medal winners and around the UK plus one each on Sark and the Isle of Man were repainted gold. Just as Ryder Car Hester was raised on sock, so the only post box on sock is gold. That's amazing. After visiting the post office, I had a nice lunch and it was only 2 hours left. So I just walked to La Coupe. It's Sark's most iconic attraction, and I took this photo. And later, some cyclists were here to have a break. I took the opportunity to have a better photo, and later I walked back to the harbor and went back to Guernsey. It was a shame that I only find 2 locations on this set of stamps. So if you plan to travel to Guernsey, definitely visit Sark and book your ferry tickets in advance. And I think it is worth to spend a night on this small island. Next one, not about extreme flatly, but post-crossing. And generally, it is a website that helps you to send and receive postcards to random people worldwide. Earlier this year, Guernsey issued a set of 3 stamps for post-crossing, and I sent 3 post-crossing cards with the stamps there, and they're still in traveling and hope they will arrive soon. And it's the first time I use traveling mode on post-crossing, by the way. The last one is the Guernsey flag post and go stamp, and I showed you before. I tried to find an actual flag to take an extreme philately photo, but it was weird that all the flags were flying in the wrong direction. I even gave up this, but when I was going to fly back to London, I took this one in the airport. Orly is Guernsey's own airline, and it also appeared on stamps. Stamps can significantly increase the joy of traveling, and if I had not studied about the island game stamps, I would not even know the existence of sock. And this is the first time I have left England after COVID, and in the future I hope I will have more opportunities to travel with stamps. Okay, that's for today. If you like my video, please subscribe and follow me on social media. Thank you for watching. See you next time.